Now when the Aquarius sign goes into the third house in the Navamsa in the D9 chart. Now what is the third house in the D9 chart? The third house in the D9 chart is also called as the house of Upadesha, or advice, or trying to convince people, trying to reach out to people, trying to establish a brand for self. But this also means that you will have to listen more to the advice of people and then do your actions. So if you don't listen to people, if you don't imbibe the experience from them, the learning from them, you yourself cannot be a good advisor, you yourself cannot be a good convincer, you yourself cannot be good at marketing, convincing people, influencing people. So if you want to need to give upadesha or convince people or call people to certain action or sell your services or sell what your products are or sell the kind of personality you have to people, whether in an interview or to sell products or to market your goods, then it's important that you use Aquarius energies, because Aquarius sign has gone into the third house. So yeah, this means that in your effort to convince people, to influence people, to call them to certain action, you should be somebody who's very large-hearted, somebody who's very honest, somebody who's very benevolent. All that Aquarius sign energies represent. You should also be somebody who's very individualistic in your own desires, own wishes, because that's what the Aquarius sign is. Aquarius sign is the 11th house in the Kalpurush Kundli. So in attainment of your wishes and desires, you can be individualistic. However, you should have a very holistic approach to society's larger problems. So here it means that even if you are starting at a very maybe base level, you should start looking at not only yourself but beyond yourself, maybe to the immediate family, maybe to the extended family, maybe to the extended social network, and then to the larger society, the greater good of the industry that you work for, or greater good of the humanity itself. So when you have this approach that you want to give back to society, to humanity, to your department, to your organization, to your industry, then you get better gains, because then the zodiac opens up your eyesight or your line of action or your line of sight to be able to get better results from you. And this is also a placement where the more intellectual you can be, thinking hard, how I should approach people, how I should convince people, and you're more tolerant to other people's beliefs, you're more tolerant to other people's thought processes, you're more tolerant to how people act or react. Then you can also be somebody who can also bring about a more humane approach, a more logical approach combined with the human approach to be able to influence people. Then people will listen to you, will listen to your upadesha, to your advice. Also your convincing ability will be stronger. You will be able to sell your goods, you will be able to sell your services. And if you are doing business, doing something of your own, whether you are social media star, an influencer, or you have your own business, or you run a big conglomerate, 10,000 crores or whatever, 2 billion crores or $2 billion or whatever. So what it means is that you will be able to get better results only when you have a more humane approach to how you are doing or giving back to society, a logical thinker, but more friendly, a more liberal thinker at heart.